Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Bullhead Gaming here. Today we are back at it with Warframe to continue the Learning Curve series. The next few videos, as reference, will be shorter because these are going to be more tips and tricks videos for certain aspects or certain items of this game. So, today's topic for tips and tricks is a two-part topic of the later game items of Arbitrations and Steel Path. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about how they work, little features that might be different, as well as give the, of course, tips and tricks. So without further ado, let's get to work. Starting off, I'm going to talk about the Steel Path. Actually, no, I won't start with that. I apologize. I will start with explaining how to get them, because they're locked by the same way. So, the way you unlock the Arbitrations and Steel Path, the way you get them is by completing your star chart, including the Helvania Palm 2 PC in your orbiter. Once everything is completed, which for reference I don't believe you have to do the face-offs, but you do have to complete the rest, and I don't think the stage defense mattered either. I don't remember if it did personally. So, what happens is once you get it, you will have a oh my god. You will have a separate location in your alerts that will be the arbitration on the very top, and you'll have the very special Steel Path tab, which I was going to try to do a change of scenery, but I'm like, ooh, wait a minute, I got to show these. So, to show you, yes, I know, I have quests. When you come over here to your left, to your right side, you will see Origin System Normal and the Steel Path. Okay, so the Steel Path, as you can see here, 100 up on levels with a 250 boost to health and shields. Okay, with a double resource and mod drop chance. So, it's gonna get tough. It's gonna be tough really quickly. Now, with Steel Path, you do have the unique Steel Path incursions that will allow you to pick any one of these guys and complete them. Okay? Does it have to be done? Not necessarily. Do you want to unlock your planets faster? Do these. Okay. So, aside from that, there's only really one other big difference, being the junctions would appear again. And you actually have to go through all of your locations before moving forward in the junction.
Me too.
So if you don't have it unlocked, like in my case where I have certain planets unlocked because I did things in there, which obviously is only a few, I would assume. Yeah, it's only a few. Okay. So, every mission you do in Steel Path that is not on the other planets, or not on the same planet, will still unlock other parts of the planets. So you don't have to necessarily do the junctions to get there. Just gotta get lucky. Now, 3 tips. I have 3 big tips for this. Number 1, always know your enemy. Okay? So if I go to Earth, you're gonna be fighting the Grineer here on Earth because that's who you start with. You're gonna look at this. You're gonna want to look at those suggested damages or damage types, because those are what you're going to need. You're going to need those weaknesses to hit as hard as you humanly can to get it done. The next thing, understand the rewards in this. Okay, there's more rewards in this than you think, because these Steel Essence, which I'll show you in just a moment, give you other things on top of the arcanes from the Stalker's Apostles. Okay, from the apostles, from the six apostles, they drop arcanes. So understand, you're taking a risk by coming in here. As long as you follow the first tip, that second tip's gonna be great. My third big tip: never try to do it solo if you don't have 100% confidence you can pull it off. Okay? If you don't feel you can pull it off, don't try it. Work with people. Trust me, people are grinding these out day in and day out. No one's gonna judge you if you don't feel comfortable getting it done. Okay? So without further ado, I'm gonna show you the rewards. Just not here in Steel Path. Here, you. So, Teshin Dax, the man of the Conclave, who finally has some purpose. He unfortunately did not, but thankfully, with the Steel Path, he got purpose. Okay, he got purpose outside of the main quests. I'll be more specific. So, when you go to the Conclave, which I believe is down here. Watch, I'm going to completely flub it, and I'm not going to go to the right spot. That's the mission control. Samaris is that way. This one. Yes! Haha, I did it. So, you come into the Conclave. Ignore the fact that he is spectral. Talk to Teshin. Click Steel Path Honors. So this is the stuff you're going to get. You can get Riven Ciphers. You can get Rivens, which right now is a Rifle Riven mod. The Stance Forma. Arcane Adapters for both primary and secondary weapons. Glyphs. Naga Statue. Captura Scenes. Other decorations. Not Aya. Kuva. Relic Packs. And the Counterbalance mod. Oh, and you can look like a Dax. So there's a lot of stuff you get just with that steel essence, okay? And again, they drop those items. They drop those arcanes, which would be the primary Merciless, Deadshot, and oh god, I'm drawing a blank. Hold on, let me get back to my Arbiter, and I will show you them because I should have all of them by this point. Primary. So, let's see here. Primary Merciless, Primary Dexterity, Primary Deadhead, and Deadshot. I was close, okay? To the Warframe veterans, don't judge me. I have 9 of these. Ooh, I'm going to upgrade these fast. And I can go to rank... Oh, I need one more. Damn. So, these three, okay? Merciless, Deadhead, and Dexterity are half of them. The other half are the same thing in the secondaries. Secondary Deadhead, secondary Dexterity, secondary Merciless. Which, oh my god, I actually am like rank 4 with this. That's really something. That's really cool. I'm already almost rank 4 with this. Cool. Alright, I'll take that. So, those 6 items, those 6 ones, are the ones you will obtain. Ooh.
Operator, Ordis is sorry. Happy to report that all my
I'm gonna take care of that in a second.
are gone.
So, those are just some things to keep in mind with Steel Path. Okay, Steel Path is no joke to those who are unprepared. If you are prepared, like if I brought Caliban and the right damage types, I'll be kicking ass, I know that. But if you go in with your pants down, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna have a hard time because you're not gonna be able to do the amount of damage. And I will add one last tip. A lot of veteran Warframe players are gonna look at me funny for this one, but there is a very particular mod that you can use, and that is the Bane of Corpus or Bane of Grenier mods. These types of mods, which would be Bane mods, the Expel mods, and the... I don't remember... Smite mods. There we go, Smite. These guys. If you feel like your weapon is not doing enough damage, throw those on. Trust me, you'll be fine. An added 30% on top of the 50% damage boost from the weaknesses means near double damage, means enemies die faster. Now for the easy one of the two that you unlock from completing your star chart, that is the Arbitration. So the Arbitration operates within the base game. Okay? So all this one is a unique endless tile. Now in this particular situation there are more differences because they have different, well, not only different criterion but different reward pools, which include more arcanes, endo, mods, and Iatan statues. Wow, I did not know why it took me a second to think about that. I used to grind these, like, all the time. So, when you are running these, there are two major differences. The one difference is here on defense missions. Defense missions are not a cryopod, rather an agent of the Arbiters of Hexus. Okay? So, the defense target moves around. The other difference, or the second difference, actually there's a third because I'll talk about the things here, is in survival missions. Special drones known as arbitration drones, or arbitration shield drones, are going to be around in the tiles. Any tile, any endless tile this is on. In survivals, they're the only ones that drop life support modules, personal life support pods. So you have to be really careful with that. So, the final difference is these two. So these are only in a couple of things. The other is the Archon Hunt has them. Okay? So, the Arbitration, what these do is they give you a boost in a few weapons and one Warframe every single hour. So, in my situation, I have the Agrit, the Halokar, and the Gazal Machete. In essence, I wouldn't be able to use them because I don't have any of them. I wouldn't be able to use Zephyr either because I don't have Zephyr. So, you get a 4 times damage multiplier if you use one of these weapons, or all, or two of them, like the Agrit Machete or Agrit and Halokar. You'll get 300% strength boosts, so you're going to have whatever your strength currently is at, plus the 300%, and the 500 health. Hence why I say this is easier. You play with the right one, you play with the right toys, you're going to have a very easy time. Okay? So, my tips here. Number 1 is these are best public. Okay? Not only because they are a little bit more difficult, I will say, even at lower mastery ranks, you shouldn't have too many problems, personally. These really aren't that difficult at all. But doing that publicly makes them go a lot faster, makes it a lot easier, and it's a good level method. The second tip is, once again, making sure you have your damage types up. Now, obviously, it's 60 to 70. There's no fancy things attached to it, so you don't have too much to worry about. It's really just 60 to 70. Just run these through, sorry. So that's something to think about as well, is yes, the damage types, but you don't necessarily have to worry about the Bane or Expel mods, or you're not going to feel like you're getting punished by not using the right stuff. Third tip is stay a while. I'm going to be honest, I've played a lot of these, and you do like the defenses or interceptions, people leave after 2 rounds. To the newer players, this will be one of the best ways for you to get Endo and Iatan treasures, because that's part of this reward pool, is different amounts of Endo ranging from 600 to, I think, 2,400 Endo in a single shot. That's like in one rotate, like not really a single rotation, but like a single set of three waves. I-10 structures that give you a fair lot of them, and the mods and arcanes are going to be very useful, because those are the very things that will help you further your character. Now, because I could have done this before, I'm going to go back to the relay to show you the Arbiters of Hexus and their rewards. This is actually a little bit better and a little bit different too. Oh, and quite a bit different actually, not a little bit, quite a bit different. So this particular reward pool or item pool is collected through the Vitus Essence, which has a high chance to drop from your enemies, or from the shield drone, sorry, but also as rewards. So I have 30. Ooh, I have 33. I can buy something with this. So some of the big ones. You get some, some customizations, of course. You have different mods, which I believe most of these you can get. A lot of these do actually have quite a bit to. Oh, I actually like that. A lot of these have to do with energy stuff and passing energy or passing strength and stuff, like this one. So, the other thing you'll have is you'll have two different ephemeras. You'll have the Bleeding Body and the Blazing Step ephemeras, as well as a couple of weapon skins. A couple of other customizations for your dear old Tenno. Iatan Sculpture. This Iatan treasure, I don't actually know how much it gives you, but I could assume quite a bit. Kuva again. Argon Riven mod. The Luna, Judicium. Ooh, I got it. Grendel parts. So this is where you can actually get Grendel's pieces. The systems, the neuroptics, and the chassis locators. Those missions, by the way, will disable your mod configs. Part of the reason I paid for him myself. You also have the very unique galvanized mods, which I do use the galvanized diffusion mod. And what these ones do is give you a different sense of damage or effects. So, like galvanized hull, galvanized chamber, galvanized diffusion, all of them the multi-shot mods. All three of them on kill give you a lot more multi-shot. Stacks 5 times. Okay, so you get 80%. Yes, you're going to lose a little on the flat rate, but you're going to get another 150% multi-shot when you use this mod over Split Chamber. Which actually, I do want to buy this, so we'll do that. So, these mods will stack after every instance of it is completed. Like on kill, on headshot, things like that. Ooh, what's this? Oh, status Ooh, I might like that actually. The other thing, which I think is quite new, is some of the arcanes you can buy. So you have Pistolier, Tanker, Bodyguard, Primary Charger, and Blade Charger. This, by the way, you ever want to have a really good Rhino tank build, get this one right here. Because what you do is, when you have completed the Profit Taker heist, which is after getting rank 5 with the Solaris United faction, and then talking to Little Duck in the back room to complete it, you get that when you complete that Profit Taker heist there, by the way. It will allow you the chance to move forward with a stronger tank build. So what happens is you equip your heavy gun, your arc gun, and you will get that amount of armor plus the armor from your build and your strength from the build. You will get a lot of extra armor. There's some more mods here. So you have aerodynamic adaptation. You have a popular adaptation, which is why I use Caliban. He has it for himself. You have some other mods here, as well as the seating step ephemera. Yikes, that's expensive. 1,000,000 credits. Yo, I ain't spending that much money. Yikes. So, the reward pools do offer quite a lot, both practical and cosmetic sense. So those are things to keep in mind. But you always have to remember that no matter where you go in these missions, it is best to bring the damage types that you need to do extra damage. Okay? Because without it, yeah, it's not necessarily going to hurt you necessarily, but it won't help you either. And the thing too is your Warframe choice matters as well, just because of how you play it. Like, let's go here, because I think this is actually a good example. Yeah, see? 50% damage to Narmer. Now, if you're fighting Narmer, you're going to have a hard time. If you're not fighting Narmer, then you don't need to worry about using this. Everything else will be just whatever the damage is. But if I go to my Corrosive, the Sentients take a 50% damage resistance to this. So, those are things you have to think about, is this is a lot of damage. You know, half your damage right now, I'm at 1462. That means I'm doing 731 damage to the Sentients. You don't want to do that. So, just some things to think about as time moves on. Oh, this was the crit thing I was doing. Just gonna pull those off now. So those are things to think about with this, is you have these damage types and you have to really make sure that they're on and ready. Because without it, you're gonna have a hard time. But without further ado, I'm going to cut this video here, just because I have said what I wanted to say for this. The next video I'm going to be doing is discussing the adversaries, which will be including some best practices as well as some things to keep in mind with that as well. So, without further ado, I will bid you guys farewell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying the Learning Curve series. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to hit that like button. And if you find yourself coming back more and more to see these videos or see other videos I have uploaded, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.